Hi guys, LNDR Tom here from LFGC, and here is a video on Elden Ring of how to get the Pole Blade. Now I have been told that the Pole Blade is one of the better weapons in this game. I'm a samurai on this, and I've been told by Chalk and Cheese that the Pole Blade is the weapon to get. So I thought I'd do a video of how to get it. It's quite long-winded. There's a few things that we need to do. But I will try and explain it in a way that hopefully everyone gets, and hopefully get you the Pole Blade as soon as possible. Right, the first thing we need to do is find the left and right side of the Dectus Medallion. Now, one you'll find in this location on the map. I haven't actually unlocked it on my map, so we'll see it when we get there, but it might be there as a waypoint on your game. If it's not, then you need to go to that exact point on the map. There'll be a fort over there that we need to get to. I believe it's called Fort Height. But yeah, we're going to go there first. And then there's a second fort that we need to get the other piece for. So I'll show you how we do that. So the second piece of medallion will be over at Fort Farah. In this location of the map. If you haven't unlocked that already, then you will need to head that direction and just start opening it up. But this is where the second one's going to be. So we'll go and get the first one first, and then we'll go back to get the second one after at Fort Farah, which is located there on a zoomed out version of the map. So we'll go to Fort Height first. I've marked it up on my map so that I can follow the beam of light. So we'll head over that direction. And once we're outside, I will bring back the video so you can see what it looks like from outside. So now you can see the fort in the distance. I was just being chased by something, that's why I turned the camera angle round. This is the first time me being here, so there's a lot of enemies. I'm assuming they respawn every time anyway, but when you get here, you'll expect to have all these enemies. There is a rather large guy on the stairs that I try and avoid. There is also one of these golden seeds over here, so grab that if you haven't already got that in this area. I do allow the big guy to drop down before I start heading in, and you'll see exactly where we've got to go when we get inside. Right, as you can see, once you get to the entrance, it does take you off your horse automatically. Now don't do what I do here. You want to go straight up that staircase. I, for some reason, go the wrong way in panic with all the enemies, go into this room. There is some items in here if you do want to go and grab them. But yeah, I went the totally wrong way, which was unnecessary. Also nearly die doing it. So you want to go straight up the staircase. And then once you're up there, I'll show you the actual route that I should have taken. So once you get up the stairs, you want to go into this doorway, climb this ladder, and then when we arrive at the top of the ladder, there'll be a chest in front of you. Open the chest, and once you've opened the chest, you'll have the first part of the medallion. We need two parts of this medallion to proceed. You'll understand why we need the medallion later on, but we do need both parts of the medallion to actually get the pole blades to get into the right areas. So grab that, and then we can defeat this guy that comes up, and then we'll jump to the next location. As you can see, I do really suck at this game. I am still quite early on in it, so I'm not very good. But yeah, so we've now got that first part of the medallion, so we now need to go from Fort Height and go to the next place. I'll show you the medallion here once I actually find it myself, which will look like that. So that's the left side of the medallion that we've now got. So we now need to go and get the right hand side of the medallion from this area up here to the right. So we can fast travel there because I've got it. If you haven't got it, you will need to go and unlock that area. This is the area that is on a previous video that I released a few days ago in regards to killing the dragon. So if you have done that and followed that video, then you'll have this area already. If you haven't already done that, then feel free to check that video out, because you get about 74,000 runes from killing it, and you don't take any damage. It is just a bit time consuming. So from this site of grace, stand up, and then we want to go into Fort Farith now. Now, again, once we get out there, you do get taken off of your horse. You're not allowed the horse in there. But when you're in here, just follow this pathway. I believe I actually get this one right. You go to the end of this, go through the door, climb the ladder, same as the last one that we got. Get to the top, open the chest, and get that right hand side of the medallion that we need. So from there, I will just spawn to a safe point. Ideally, you do need to get over here if you can, because the next bit is just to the right of here. We're going to go and speak to a guy called Yura. So if you can spawn down at the spawn point that I'm at, you'll see that Yura is just over here. So set up a waypoint to that location on the map if you haven't already got it. And basically go under this big archway and you'll see Yura there. Now, I believe if you've done the next part of the quest already, which is taking on an invader, Yura won't be here. Now, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't matter if he's not here, but if he is here, just talk to him until the talk is exhausted and he just keeps repeating himself, so that you know that you've got this part up. I haven't taken on the next guy on my own yet. But I believe my friend had, so if he had gone to this point, then Yura wouldn't be there. So we'll just head over to the next point now. So now from here, we need to go up this river. So we need to place a waypoint up this direction. This is where we're going to come in contact with a enemy called Bloodfinger. We'll need to defeat him. Yura will help you defeat him. My level, it would have been a little bit tough on my own, but Yura's quite good, so it was relatively easy once both of us were there. But yeah, we want to head up to this location for the next bit, so we'll head there now. Right, head towards your waypoint. And when you get towards it, it will take you off your horse. And we just want to keep going down this river. And eventually it will say that we're being invaded by Bloodfinger. There it is there. So when it starts, you start taking them on. And eventually Yura will be summoned in as well and help you take on Bloodfinger. Now, as you can see, like I said earlier, I'm not very good at this game. I should have locked on to him because that would have probably helped a lot. But my character's quite weak still at this point. But there is Yura coming in to save the day. And basically you just got to kill him and then we can move on. So now we've defeated that enemy, we need to carry on down the river in the same direction that we were going. Ignore all enemies that you pass en route. We need to speak to Yura again, so we'll see him here. We're going to speak to Yura to do the next part. So once you've exhausted the chat with Yura, we need to go to this top left section of the map. Now, if you've not unlocked this, then you would need to run into the area and ideally go and pick up the map from the area, so it opens up. But we need to head to the left-hand side of this big area here, so to these rocks. Now, by these rocks is a big dragon boss. We don't need to take him on. He will one-hit kill you. But we need to get behind him in order to grab the items that we need. So I will fast travel over here and I will show you exactly what I did. So I travelled to the boiled prawn shack. I felt that this was the better option out of the two that I had. Basically, we're going to now head up towards where the dragon is, where my waypoint is at the top left. But once we've been there, we're going to actually come back down the map. So we're heading here at the moment, but afterwards we're going to come back down to this area. Now this is going to be where the next section is that we need to get, right in between these sort of trees. So we'll head over towards the dragon first and then we'll move on after. But just bear in mind we are going to come back this way. So now we're coming up to where we need to be. You can just see there in the distance that there's the dragon, just slightly to our right. So we're going to ignore him completely, run behind him on the horse. Ideally do this on the horse, so you've got the speed. But basically just pick up these items that are here. I picked up all three. I believe it's just the key that we need, but I picked up all three just to make sure that I got everything here before he killed me. So I grabbed that as well. And then run for my life round the back so that he can't get me. So once you grab them items, we need to head back. So I went to this waypoint now because it's a bit closer to where we've actually got to go. If you've unlocked it, great. If not, you'll have to head over there. But yeah, basically we just want to get to this waypoint, the Academy Gate Town, so we can move on. Right now you want to get your map up and put your location pin there. That's exactly where we're going to be heading. So on this route, ignore all enemies. There is a part where we have to run past a rather large enemy. Basically just ignore everything and sprint to this location, and then there is a safe area when we get there. Now I'll show you the route that I took to get in here. It's not very far from that spawn point. So if you have got that, then great. Head there and then head this direction from that site of grace. When we get close, you'll see that there's quite a lot of enemies in this area, but like I say, you can ignore them all. If you haven't already, grab this golden seed from this tree. That will help you with your flasks. And then we just want to head through these ruins to our waypoint. And then as you can see, this is the area that we need to get in. So just jump through everything with your horse, try and avoid everything that you can by jumping or sprinting past everything. When we get up this staircase, there is a large enemy on the right with like a flamethrower on it. Get past that, jump over this, and then as you get to the top of these, this hill, steps, whatever it is, there is a site of grace that you can sit at. So I would recommend grabbing that if you haven't already got it. If you have already got it, then you could spawn here directly, obviously, if you have got this site of grace already. So stand up from this site of grace, head up here. There is a map on the left that you can grab while you're here. And then we want to activate this door. So we get teleported through and we then meet up with Yura again. So once you've been spawned into this area, go and grab this site of grace just so that we've got a point that we can get back to if needs be. And then just head down this pathway. There'll be an item on the ground which is for you to help Yura defeat Bloodfinger. So you need to get off your horse to be able to activate it. Jump off the horse, activate it, and you'll be summoned into Yura's world. So from this point, you'll now be in Ura's world. So you need to go and help him defeat the enemy. Bloodfinger is just up here. So if you literally go up and help hack and slash him, I've got the twin blade out at the moment. So yeah, just basically take him on, lock onto him so that you're not hitting the wrong person like me. Like I say, I am rubbish at this game. Defeat him, and then we'll see what happens for the next bit. So now you've defeated him, you'll get a few items from that. We needed to defeat him for the next part. So go over to Ura and speak to Ura again. Exhaust all the chat there, and then we'll move on. Right, the next part's a bit more tricky for me, at least. I haven't unlocked the next section that we need to go to. It is up in the fog. We need to go up into sort of this area. It was just guesswork, but I did look online and saw that there was a few sites of grace up that direction. So I do head up that way, grab what I can, and also get the map when I see the location on the actual map for where the actual map is to unlock it, just to get rid of that fog. So I will skip forward a bit so we can show where we are at the top. Now I couldn't find an easy way out of here, so I went back to the Academy Gate Town as a waypoint to get back there, and then started my journey from here. Now, the way that you have to go is a very long-winded way around. I will show you the route that I took. I will have it in super speed. Feel free to obviously skip past it if you've already unlocked anywhere up in that section of the map. But yeah, you have to go a real long way round to get to it. So I'll show you the way that I took anyway. Right, once you get here and you see that massive, I'm assuming that's a boss that I don't want to get anywhere near, you need to go around this corner and you'll see one of these cloud type things that you can jump on with your horse to send you up here. This is the area that we need to now get to. So you need to go round that way in order to get to this section. Obviously, if you have already unlocked anything up here, then just spawn to this location, but I hadn't. So I'll just talk to this witch type woman, just so that I can get through the dialogue. It's not needed, but just so that as I'm in this area, I thought it would be worthwhile doing. Right, while we're here, grab the Site of Grace so that we've got a point to get back to. Also helps you for later on in the game anyway. And then we'll move on to the next part. So we need to go further up the map. The handy flame arrow is pointing the direction that we actually need to go anyway for the actual game. But we do need to sort of follow that. So stand up and we'll continue on. So now we're getting closer to where we actually need to go. So you can see a big fault in front of us. So just again, ignore all the enemies running through. It's another one of them big flamethrower things. Just ignore that. Just keep going until you get to the end. Right, once in here, grab the Site of Grace, and then we've got, again, another place to drop back to if needs be. So once we've got the Site of Grace, stand up and we'll continue. Once you're ready to continue, just go over and speak to this dude as he's here. Don't feel that this is necessary, but as it's a character that's here, I thought I'd just talk to him while we're here. Run up this staircase, and then there's a lift that we need to use. So when you come up here, you'll stand on that circle and activate it. I ran straight past it, so I have to go back to it. So you want to get off your horse, and then you show these two statues your medallion. So now we're at that cutscene, we're in the final area that we need to be. There's a little bit of a trek that we've got to do to get to where we've actually got to be now. But this is the next area and the final area of getting the pole blade. Now, the last part is sort of like a little mini boss fight. It's another invader. You have to take this one on your own. Now, this area is a high level area, and I am not capable of dealing with the enemies here. I did try and take the boss on a number of times on my own, failing every time. He was one-hitting me with one of the magic moves that he does. So I would highly recommend, if you've got a friend or someone that you can find online that's high level or just very, very good at the game, then get them in to help you with it. But I will show you how I did it. I ended up getting my mate Legendary Zammo in to assist me, because he's a lot better at this game and a lot higher level than me. So we got in to deal with it together. So yeah, I will show you from that point. Right, what we want to kind of do is head up to this sort of area here. So I'll show you the route that I took to get there. There is a map that you can pick up en route, but we'll head this direction. It's basically a church that we need to get to. So I'll show you the route that I took to get there. Once you get to this graveyard type area, if you go to the edge of the rocks, you'll see that is where we've got to go. So just down there is where we've got to go and speak to Yura. this is the final time that we'll speak to him. There are spoilers here, so if you don't want to see what happens, then get to here and do it on your own. But I don't want to spoil what happens, so if you do want to see it for yourself, then stop watching the video here. If you're not that bothered, then continue watching and spoil what happens. But basically, we want to speak to Yura for the last time in this quest. From here, exhaust the conversation with him, and then the boss comes in, and then you just take them on. Right, for those of you who are interested, I'll show you what happened with me when I took him on alone. Didn't even realise he'd spawned behind me, so he got the upper hand straight away. He's very, very fast. My guy's not as fast. But basically, as soon as he does this move, it just kills me. So this happened a number of times to the point where I got fed up and turned it off. But like I said, I did get my friend Legendary Zamo in. You can follow him on TikTok. He always puts up quite a lot of different types of videos. So if you are on TikTok, then hit him up, legendary_Zamo. But I will skip to the part where he actually comes in and helps me, and when I actually get the pole blade. Right, here we go. This is me getting Zamo in so that we can actually defeat this guy, so I can actually get the pole blade. So I did find this site of grace just over the way a little bit, so it was a nicer spawning area. So from here, we'll just head back into those ruins, and we will take on Bloodfinger. So now I'm here again for like the 8th or 9th time. I grab my runes quick that he stole off me last time, and you just wait for the character to spawn in. It comes in like you've been invaded like normal. So here he is, and then we'll just take him on. Now, as you can see, Lewis did most of the work in this, but now Bloody Finger has been vanquished. You get the pole blade, a few items from it, but the pole blade is what I was after. I have been told, like I say at the beginning of this video, that it is one of the better weapons on this game, so I wanted to get it. Upon getting the item, I have realised that I don't have enough skill to be able to use it fully. When I go into my stats, you'll see that you do need quite a lot of arcane to be able to use it to its advantages. But nonetheless, you can actually equip it straight away. So I will show you some of the moves that you can do with it now. So once you find it in your equipment and actually get it out, you'll see that I don't have the current attributes that I need to actually use it fully to its potential, but I'm still going to get it out to use for now. It just won't be as effective. So I'll just show you here what sort of things that I need. I need arcane, and I'm only level 10, but I need to be level, I believe it was 19. And some of the moves you can do with this are pretty cool. You can push the left trigger in to do a bigger move. That's the LT trigger move. So once I've got the arcane up to the right level, this should be a pretty sweet weapon. I would like to thank Legendary Zamo again for his assistance on this. I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. If you haven't got the ability to take on that Bloody Finger on your own, then I would imagine getting a mate in. Ideally, someone that's of higher level than you to take them on, because with Zamo in, it was very easy. So yeah, that's it. So that is how to get the pole blade on Elden Ring. If you've liked this video, then please feel free to hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, we are trying to get our first 100 viewers still. First 100 subs still. So we're on 42 at the minute at the point of this video. So if you haven't already subscribed, I would appreciate a subscribe to help the channel out. In the meantime, LNDR Tom and Chalk and Cheese will try and get you as much footage as possible in the form of videos like this or shorts. We have been releasing a lot of shorts of late, so obviously if you've not seen some of them and they're of your taste, then please feel free to look at them. But for now, I will leave you. That is the full walkthrough of how to get the pole blade. Hopefully you'll enjoy the weapon like I will when I actually get enough arcane to use it. But in the meantime, happy gaming.